Good morning, everyone. We're on Facebook Live right now. Super. So let's wait. We're just waiting for people to join in. I had requested people to be there about a couple of minutes earlier. Awesome. So now friends can see on Facebook that I am live and they could be joining in any time. As you can see in the watch behind me, it's 1 minute past 9, and as promised yesterday, I am live on Facebook with part 2 of Fitness from Home, and awesome. So how about putting in some questions? And yesterday, while I was talking to a few of my great. So we have our friends joining in. We have some people joining in right now. I can see Prem Soni. Hi Prem. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. And it's a Saturday morning. And yes, so I have some people. We have people from Singapore here. And hi Prem. Hi. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you for joining. We will be starting in some time. So we have 5 people joining in. Great. So we have people coming in right now on time. Amazing. That's what I love about people coming on time. And it's a great part of the integrity. You say you're going to be there and you are there on time. Great. Thank you. Thank you, Geet, for joining in. Geet, you may also have some questions coming in towards you from people. So be ready. Be prepared. Yesterday we had some queries about nutrition. And great, Prem. Yes, I would love to answer your questions. So Prem, either you can put the questions right now and I can answer them towards the end of the session, or you can ask them right away, whatever works for you. So I'm going to be creating something today. First in the session, we create the session. I'm going to give you some, not some, but lots of information, lots of pertinent information about fitness and wellness. And then we move to some physical activities. I'm going to give you some amazing workout tips today. And then finally, we go to the question and answer session. However, if you all have questions, you can keep putting it in right now. You can put in questions right now, and I will answer them towards the end of the session or during the session, however it works. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining in. So we have 6 people and we are on time. We are at 9:05. Welcome. Good morning, and thank you for being here. Thank you for attending this session. Thank you for being a part of this session. Great. We have, who is this? Yes. Great. So we have amazing people joining in. Namaste, Mahesh uncle. Thank you. So great. We have a great combination of youngsters, and we have some seniors also who have joined in. So thank you for being in this session, and thank you for the support, and thank you for sending in your queries, sending in your questions post yesterday's session. We did get a lot of questions. We did get a lot of queries about fitness and there is a lot of myths busting which is required, and there's a lot of fact finding which is required when it comes to fitness or wellness, and we are going to do that in today's session. So I'll tell you how this session goes about. So once again, thank you for being in this session. If you have it's a Saturday and most of the people will be free today because it's a weekend, so you can share, you can go to the link and share the session right away, so you can call in more people, or at the end of the session you can go to my page, Life Coach Vishwajit Matkar, press the share button and share the recording of this session, so they get the benefit of this session. All right. So about me, I'm Vishwajit Matkar. I am a certified life coach specializing in wellness. I'm also a certified clinical hypnotherapist and a wellness and a fitness consultant. I specialize in working with people, transforming their emotional and physical well-being, both. So it's a mind-body approach. So everything that we do is connected to the mind. It's connected to our emotions. It's connected to our feelings. And that is how I connect my work when it comes to physical fitness, when it comes to nutrition. And you will know more about it while we go further in this session. Today's session is going to be about Prem has asked a question. I'm working from home. All right, Prem, I'm going to answer this question a little while later. Thank you for asking this question, and I'm going to keep it on. So, how's this session going to go about? So, in yesterday's session, I spoke about 5 components of fitness and 3 secrets to fitness. We will recap that, and post that, there are a few things that I will be sharing with you all. And as I said, when I shared about today's session with you, it's all about vocal for local. Yeah, being vocal for local. So how about being vocal for local with exercises too? Are you aware that our Indian culture, the Indian athletes for centuries have been doing certain exercises which are so pertinent to maintaining your complete fitness level? And I'm going to show you some of those exercises towards the later part of this session. So stay tuned and let people know that there's going to be a surprise at the end of the session. All right. So vocal for local. Same goes with your nutrition. Eat local. Yeah. So when I say local, I am going to elaborate about what do I mean by eat local with regards to nutrition. So let's start this session. Welcome, and recap of yesterday's session. I spoke about 5 components of fitness. If you remember, 5 components of fitness are: 1 is your body composition, 2 is the cardiovascular fitness, 3 muscular strength, 4 muscular endurance, and 5 is flexibility. When you are focusing on all these 5 components of fitness, that's when you can say that I am fit. Your fitness comprises of all these 5 components. Any one missing and it doesn't work. So you got to work on looking at your body composition, focusing on your body composition. Body composition is the balance between the fat to muscle ratio. Our body comprises of muscle mass and fat mass. Muscle mass comprises of your lean muscle mass, your muscles, your bones, your organs, and fat mass is the adipose tissue. So maintaining a balance between that. Ideally, the fat mass should be lower, the muscle mass should be higher, which is responsible for increasing your metabolism. And when your metabolism is high, the body tends to burn more calories, so it will not store calories. And when the body is not storing too many calories, then those calories are not turning into fat. Unused calories are what gets turned into fat and gets stored into the body as adipose tissue. So basically, focus would be on increasing the muscle mass. And how do we increase the muscle mass? We increase the muscle mass by increasing our activity level, physical activity level. And that's where The second part of the fitness component comes in cardiovascular fitness. Your activities are divided into two parts: cardiovascular activities and strength training activities or exercises. Cardiovascular exercises are exercises like hello Rajiv, welcome. So cardiovascular exercises are exercises like walking, jogging, cycling, swimming, anything that you do for a longer period of time. Strength training exercises are where you are working on challenging your muscles, where your muscles are getting tired, where your muscles are getting fatigued. So this is how the exercise part of the physical activity part is divided into two parts: cardiovascular or aerobic exercises, strength training or resistance training, or anaerobic exercises. Anaerobic means where there is less requirement of oxygen. Aerobic means the requirement of oxygen during those exercises is more. The duration of that exercise is longer. If you see an aerobic workout continuously lasts for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or an hour. Like when you walk on a treadmill, when you walk in the park, you walk for a longer duration of time. A strength training workout is a very short burst of intense energy. That's how a strength training or an aerobic workout works. So the focus would be on those areas. And then we're also looking at the muscular endurance. Muscular endurance is about how long your body or your muscle can sustain a particular activity. So the longer your muscle can sustain a particular activity, the more your muscular endurance is. And you can build it up. Secondly, what about, we have muscular endurance, we have spoken about. The final component is flexibility. Now flexibility is something which, or rather not only flexibility, all the aspects, your cardiovascular fitness, your muscular strength, endurance and flexibility, all these aspects go by one principle, and that principle is use it or lose it. Use it or lose it. Do you get that? So if you don't use it, you are going to lose it. Same goes with flexibility. The flexibility of your body. Have you seen a small child? Yeah? A small baby. A small baby is so flexible. The child is so flexible. They can just do they can just lift their leg and put their toe in their mouth. And they start sucking the toe. And we are like, how can he do that? Now that is the inherent quality of the human body. And especially with children, their body, their bones, their joints are very, very flexible because they're growing, they're soft. And as we start growing, it becomes more stiffer because one of the reasons behind that is we don't use it. We don't focus on flexibility or stretching exercises very regularly. And secondly, the body just starts losing its lubrication. The joints start losing the lubrication. So in order to increase or maintain your flexibility, retain your flexibility, it's very, very critical to keep the body moving. It's just like a car. You have a car and or any kind of a vehicle and you don't move it for a very long time. What happens? The moment you start it, some parts start creaking. It could be any vehicle, it could be a car, it could be a machine, any machine. You don't use it for a long time. You need to do some lubrication so that the parts start moving freely. Otherwise, it's going to break. When there is no lubrication, there is a break. And that's exactly what happens with our bodies. When there is no lubrication, the joints or the bones start becoming brittle and they start breaking or they start rubbing against each other. And that's the reason why we have diseases like osteoporosis or osteoarthritis, which is very, very common. Now these are all, if you look at it, most of these diseases are lifestyle diseases. Why do I call them lifestyle diseases? Because there is a shift in the lifestyle. We start living our lifestyle in a particular way, which in the long run leads to we falling prey to such diseases. Now whether it is something related to your bones or joints or something related to your internal organs like your heart or your cardiovascular system or diabetes. So basically the intention here is to keep going, to keep moving. Oh, that's great, awesome. So we have a lot of questions coming in, and I am going to jump into the questions very soon because the questions are quite pertinent and quite related to what we are talking about right now. So I'm going to quickly finish what I'm talking about and then move to the questions. So, but anyways, thank you so much. Thank you so much for asking these questions because this shows your commitment and it shows your commitment to your health and how much you want to take charge of your health. And awesome. I'm going to help you with that. Great. So I was talking about the 5 components of fitness. So 5 components are body composition, cardiovascular fitness, muscular strength, muscular endurance, and flexibility. I add one more component generally to this, which is called emotional fitness or emotional well-being. So it becomes 6 components, not 5 components. So the 6th component becomes emotional well-being, which is very, very crucial, very, very critical. And we also spoke about 3 secrets to fitness. How do we achieve and maintain and manage these 5 components of fitness? So there are 3 secrets for you to be able to achieve that. And those 3 secrets are: secret number 1, nutrition; secret number 2, exercise; and 3 is rest and recovery. Nutrition, exercise, and rest and recovery. 3 secrets to fitness. And how do you manage this? So it's like a tripod. This tripod needs to be balanced. All 3 have got to be a part of your routine. One of them missing and the whole tripod falls. So when I say nutrition, nutrition is eating the right foods at the right time, not depriving your body of any nutrients, not going on any diets, right? No fat diets for us. So the word diet is not really there in our dictionary. When I say our dictionary, I'm talking about Recharge, I'm talking about myself, Geet, who's a clinical dietitian and nutritionist. The word diet is not a part of our vocabulary. We would rather speak about nutrition. We would rather speak about eating the right foods at the right time. And we would rather speak about nourishing your body with all the nutrients rather than depriving your body of nutrients, certain nutrients. Because most of the diets are focusing on certain nutrients and removing certain nutrients from your body. See, unless and until you have a medical condition which does not permit you to have certain nutrients in your food, there is no reason for you to remove those nutrients from the food. You are rather creating a deficiency for the body. You are rather tricking the body into understanding that, oh, this particular nutrient is not good for me, so I should not be eating it. I'm going to stop eating it. And the moment you take a break from that particular nutrient, and the moment you start, eating it later after a break, your body cannot take it. And I'm sure a lot of you have experienced this. You stop eating something for a very long time and suddenly you start eating that. Your body cannot take it. Because the body is getting tricked, it's getting tuned the way you tune it. So why to deprive your body of any nutrients? When we say nutrition, let's give our body all the required nutrition. Let's give our body all the required foods that it needs. Because food is fuel. Understand this, food is fuel. So would you want to deprive your body of the fuel? No, definitely not. So basically, when it comes to nutrition, which is the first secret and the most important secret to attaining your fitness level, it's about not depriving your body of any nutrients. So let's stop depriving our body of any nutrients. Let's stop following the diets. Any diet that has a name, any diet that is done for a very specific short period of time has got a short term result. It is not sustainable. If you cannot see yourself following a diet, for the next 5 years, 10 years, doesn't work for you, because that is not going to become a part of your lifestyle. You would be doing it only for a very short period of time to achieve that particular goal. But the moment you achieve that goal and the moment you go back on your regular eating patterns, what happens? Boom, it all comes back with a vengeance. And we don't want to do that. So sustainability is the key, right? So one is not depriving your body of any nutrients. Second is sustainability. Look at foods or look at a nutritional plan which is sustainable. Sustainability is the key. And that's why nutrition becomes the most important part of this tripod. Second is exercise. So when it comes to exercise, we're talking about physical exercise. And when I say exercise, it's not just about working out in the gym. It's basically about moving your body, physical activity. When I say exercise, it is physical activity. Now, coming to physical activity, there are some questions which are quite pertinent to this particular topic. So I'm just scrolling through on my screen and I can see okay. Great. So I'm going to take this question, which is quite pertinent to what I was talking right now. And one of the question is from Prem. I'm working from home these days and my job is more of sitting and working on the laptop. How can I cope up with the fitness with work? Very common question. So Prem is asking that I'm working from home and these days my job is more of sitting and working on the laptop. How can I cope up with my fitness with the work? So here's the thing. As I said, exercise and physical activity. You don't need a gym to be physically fit. You don't need a gym to be physically active. And you don't need to put in a lot of time into your exercise regime to get a certain level of fitness. Okay? So, how do you maintain your fitness level? As I said, it's just about physical activity. So you got to keep your body moving. You got to keep your body in action. So when you're sitting at work, and I can understand, I have been speaking to a lot of my friends, a lot of my clients, and who tell me that, the culture or the work from home situation right now is such that we are not able to, really take a break because the work is kind of spread out. We don't know whom we are going to contact at what time, and we are just on phone calls, and we finish one phone call, the second phone call starts. So we are just not able to schedule ourselves in such a way that we take in some time to exercise. We put in some amount of time to follow a particular routine. Now, here's the thing. For people who are working from home and who feel, that you do not have time to exercise separately, you can still exercise or keep your body physically active while you are at your desk. A simple trick for that is, yesterday I showed you squats. So we all know the squatting movement. So all you can do is, while you're sitting at your chair or at your desk, sit down, get up. So after every maybe an hour of sitting at your seat for that 1 hour, get up, do 10 squats. And when I say squats, you just have to get up from your seat and sit down. Get up from your seat and sit down 10 times. Or in order to work your chest and the front part of your shoulders, all you can do is you just hold your hand like this and you press your palms into each other. Just press. and relax, press and relax, press and relax. Now what is happening? When you press and relax, your pectoral muscles, the chest muscles are working, the front part of your shoulder is working, your triceps are working. So when you do this exercise, you are working your upper body, you're working the chest muscles. Okay, when you're doing those squats, so when you're sitting down and getting up from your chair 10 times, you are working your lower body, you're working your core muscles. While you're sitting down, you can just twist about 10 times. So when you're working from home, you can do these things while you're at your desk. So you don't specially need to come out, take time out for your workout, which will be ideal if you can. But if you cannot right now, if you feel you cannot do that, just do that. Just do a little bit of something after every 1 hour. And you'll notice that by the end of the day, you've actually done a complete workout. So does that answer your question about working from home, Prem? Yeah. And one more thing for people who are working from home or sitting using a laptop, or not only work from home, but even for people who are using the mobile for a long time while you are sitting at home, there's a lot of strain on the shoulder, by the way. You're holding the mobile like this. You know, the position of your mobile is like this. So there is a lot of strain coming on the shoulder joint and the neck. So there will be some cervical pressure. So stretching your neck, rotating your neck often, just holding it like this, feeling a good stretch around the neck, moving your shoulders, shrugging your shoulders, ease up the tension. You know, these kind of movements will ease up the tension, and keep doing that often in between. So that takes care of the exercise part or the fitness part when you're working from home. So fitness is not restricted to the gym. You don't need a gym to be fit. You don't need to specially take out time, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours to exercise. No. All you need is be physically active. Fitness is equal to physical activity. Physical activity. Yeah? If you're keeping physically active, you will stay fit. Moving your body is physical activity. Climbing stairs is physical activity. Walking inside the house for about 40 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes at a slightly challenging pace is physical activity. And what we are looking at is physical activity. We are looking at staying physically active. And physical activity is equal to fitness. Second question is from another, okay, Prem, wonderful. Another question, my meal timings are disturbed due to my current work style. How should I manage this with my work? Yes, wonderful. And thank you for this question. Meal timings. So basically, you know, what happens when you are engrossed in a particular activity, like a work from home activity for a very, very long time, you're not really focused on, okay, it's 12 o'clock noon or 2 p.m. in the afternoon and I've got to have my lunch. I'm engrossed in some work. You end up being engrossed in that work. Yes? So when that happens, basically what you're doing is you are not having a fixed meal timing. And if you don't have a fixed meal timing, your body mechanism is going to go for a toss. Because if there is a very long gap between your meals, what happens is your body is going to get tricked into thinking that I don't know when my next meal is going to come. So now let me hold, let me store these calories so that I need to survive. So body goes into a survival mode when you are keeping yourself starving for a very long time. Yeah, the mind also goes in a survival mode. You remember the fight or flight mechanism? The fight or flight mechanism gets triggered whenever you are in a survival mode, whenever you are under stress. So similarly, hunger or starving also causes stress to your mind, to your body. It will tune itself and it will switch into the survival mode. And survival mode is all about staying alive. So the body, whatever calories it is getting in the next meal, after a very, very long time, it is storing those calories. And that is the reason why we feel that we have 3 meals a day. And why do I put on weight? Well, the reason why you put on weight is because there is a very long gap between your meals. And that gap is putting your body and your mind into a survival mode. And survival mode is all about keeping your life, storing. So it is going to store whatever comes in the next meal. Even if it is technically a healthy meal, those calories are going to get stored. The excess calories are going to get stored. And plus, while we are, as you know, Prem mentioned earlier, we are not having as much physical activities at this time. So there is no way the body is going to burn those extra calories. So how should I manage this with my work? So the best thing to do is have a fixed time schedule for your meals. That I will have meals at this time. My breakfast will be at a particular time, my lunch would be at a particular time, and my dinner will be at a particular time. Also, make sure that in between those meals, you're taking short snack breaks. You're actually going, so how can you take a short snack break? You can keep small boxes of snacks, the small snack boxes, not at your desk. Do not keep that at your desk, because then you will start munching, and munching will again lead to unhealthy eating. So snacking can be done, but away from your desk. Keep those snack boxes away from your desk. Have some healthy snacks like nuts, sprouts, baked snacks, fruits in between your meals. So now there is a schedule. You're having your breakfast, you're having your lunch, and you're having your dinner, and in between there are some snack breaks. So when you're taking that snack break, it's not only a break for you physically, but it's also a mental break. So during your work from home, you can actually take that break so that you're mentally also relieving yourself and fueling your body with the right kind of nutrition, so that now your energy levels shift. So when you're snacking in between, your body is getting the fuel it requires, and it will shift the energy levels. So your energy levels will go at the peak. Next question is from Rajiv. Hi, my father is 86 years old. Most of the times he is sitting. Sometimes while getting up, he has a problem. Can he do some exercises? Well, Rajiv, there is no age limit for exercising. One can exercise at any age limit. Now, as you mentioned, your father is 86 and most of the time he's sitting. While getting up, he has a problem. So I don't exactly know what problem is this, but what I'm guessing is it could be a knee, stiffness in the knee, or it could be a stiffness in the back. Now when this happens, one, it is because due to degeneration. So degeneration is definitely one of the reasons, because with age the body starts degenerating. It's a natural process, it's a gradual process. So degeneration is one of the reasons. And if he actually has any knee problem or a knee discomfort, then yes, he can still do certain exercises while he is sitting on a chair. Certain exercises like leg extensions, just sitting down on a chair or on a bed and moving your legs up and down. So leg extensions is a very good exercise for strengthening the knees. This will also lubricate the joints. While he is sitting on the chair or the bed, he can slowly start doing the torso rotations. So torso rotations will also help lubricating the joints. Moving the arms like this, something like a biceps curls. Or taking a very small bottle, like a 500 ml bottle in the hand, and doing a biceps curl. doing a triceps extension. As I said, this particular exercise. Now, this particular exercise is for the upper body, for the chest, but everyone can do it. Anyone can do it. So, even if your father is 86 years old, this is a very good exercise which can be done. So, when you press, breathe out and relax. 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 So, depending on how his fitness level is, he can do these exercises. So, basically, for elderly, what I generally recommend is start with lubrication, start with joint lubrication exercises, starting from top till the bottom, starting from the neck till the toes. So you take each joint, and when I say lubrication, it's just about moving the joint. So you can make him do neck rotations like this, left and right, just slowly moving it up and down. Similarly, for the shoulders, you have shoulder rotations. So shoulder rotations are very good for lubricating the shoulders. Then, as I said, moving your hands wide, close and wide. So this is basically an exercise for opening up the chest. So this is something which seniors can do. So each body part, moving each and every joint for about 10 to 15 repetitions. Biceps curls, triceps extensions, or for the shoulders, just moving the hands up and down like this. Now this will work the shoulder, this will also work the back muscles to a certain extent. Rowing movement, just keeping the hands like this and pulling, rows. So this is something which seniors can do if you have restrictions with regards to your movements. Just moving the body. Remember, physical exercise or physical fitness, movement is equal to fitness. Physical activity is equal to fitness. So you got to be physically active. Just move the joints, no matter what age you are. Yeah? So does that answer your question, Rajiv? And yes, for more specific queries with regards to exercises for people with injuries, exercises for senior citizens, geriatrics, you can get in touch with me directly, and I will be glad to work and share with you on a one-on-one basis of exactly how and what can be done. One more question from Prem. As my work is exerting due to ongoing training schedule and client calls and many online meetings, my screen time has increased, because of which my sleep is also getting disturbed. How should I manage this? Now, definitely a very valid point or a very valid question, Prem. Due to the current schedule and people who are working from home, sleep is getting disturbed because you're using the mobile, you're using the laptop for a very long time. So there is a lot of exposure to the blue light. So what you can do is, before you sleep, just make sure that discipline is the key. Okay, remember one thing, discipline is the key. Even if you're working from home, discipline is the key. You got to maintain your discipline. You got to maintain discipline with regards to your lifestyle, and nothing comes before your health. Nothing comes before your lifestyle. So maintain that discipline, that just before you sleep, for about 45 minutes or an hour before you sleep, cut yourself off from all technology. Cut yourself off from all digital technology. It would be your mobiles, it would be your laptops, it would be the television, everything. Because now the mind or the brain is going to get tricked when you have that light in front of you. Because the brain releases a hormone or chemical rather called as melatonin. And melatonin is responsible for helping you sleep. Melatonin is released by the brain only when it gets dark. So technically, when the sunlight goes down, when the sun goes down, the body starts releasing melatonin. And that is the reason why when the sun goes down, we start feeling a little drowsy, we start feeling a little sleepy, because that is how the body clock is tuned. But what we do is we disturb that tuning by having these artificial lights in front of us. So now there is a confusion and the release of melatonin gets disturbed, it gets stopped. And that is the reason why you don't feel sleepy anymore. So that is the effect that these blue lights, that is the effect that the technology has. So the best thing to do is just before you sleep, for 45 minutes or an hour before you sleep, switch off the lights. Yeah, you can switch off the lights and put some nice music, soft soothing music. And make sure that your room where you sleep is dark. It's completely dark. There's not a single speck of light coming in. Get that? Because now, when it's completely dark, your brain is again going to start releasing melatonin. And that in turn will start helping you to fall asleep faster. So does that answer your question, Prem? Keep it dark, stay away from technology for an hour before you sleep. And maintain discipline. Discipline is the key out here. Now we have Bhakti. Please help me how to reduce fat from the abdominal area. Thank you. An amazing question. Now, first of all, understand this. The question is, how do I lose fat from the abdominal area? Are there any exercises? Well, there are no exercises to lose fat around the abdominal area. Surprised? Don't be. Because there is nothing like spot reduction. You cannot focus on only one part of your body and get rid of the fat around that part of the body only. The body will lose fat in a uniform manner. And the biggest way in which the body will release fat is through the first secret. The first secret of fitness. Yes, nutrition. The body will lose fat uniformly with the right kind of nutrition. When we are providing our body with the right kind of nutrition, the body is going to lose fat in a uniform manner. However, when we provide our body with staggered approach towards nutrition, the body starts storing fat. So here, abdominal fat is, so abdominal area is just one of the areas where your body tends to store more fat. So if you look at generically, if you look at people, there will be some people, especially with most of the males, you will find males storing fat around the abdominal area only. But when you look at women, depending on the body type, they will store fat around different parts of their body. There are some women who tend to store fat around the upper body. There are some women who tend to store more fat around the arms. There are some women who tend to store fat around the abdominal area or the hips or the lower body. So there is no specific exercise to get rid of fat around the abdominal area or around any part of the body. All that an exercise will do. So for example, people get confused that if I do too many crunches, I will lose fat around the abdominal area. No, you will not lose fat around the abdominal area. With too many crunches, you will only strengthen your abdominal muscles. And with doing crunches every day, you'll not even do that. Because now what you're doing is you're hammering the abdominal muscles to such an extent that now these muscles don't have time to recover. You remember the third component, the third secret? Nutrition, exercise, and rest and recovery. So if your abdominal muscles are not getting time to rest and recover, they are not going to grow stronger. You're just going on hitting them, hammering them. Hammering any muscle will not make it grow stronger. It needs to be given time to recover. Recovery is the time. Sleep is the time when your body is recovering. Sleep is the time when your body is losing fat. Sleep is the time when your body is growing. So rest and recovery is very important. So coming back to that question, no, there are no specific exercises to lose fat around the abdominal area, but yes, if you focus on a proper nutritional approach, depending on your lifestyle, you will lose fat around the abdominal area and you will lose fat around the body in a uniform way. Does that answer your question? Thank you. Rajiv. So Rajiv's question is, my son is 13 years old, learning football and has been given an exercise regime by the coach on certain days of the week. Is it advisable to do it every day, or we must do it on the days suggested by the coach? Kindly suggest an ideal diet which is good for his football. Awesome. Thank you. And great to learn that your son at the age of 13 is playing football, and when even during the lockdown situation, he's so focused on the game. So that really shows his interest in the game. And all the best to him. Yes. So, if you connect this to the previous answer and the previous question, this will answer one of the questions, which is, should he be doing it every day? Well, ideally, if the coach has advised him to do it 3 times a week or on certain days, there is a purpose behind it. There is a reason behind it. So the coach has rightly recommended to do it on certain days because the other days are given for recovery. The other days, his body will be resting and recovering, which is very, very critical for a sportsman. Recovery is very important. So let him focus on those exercises on the days which are suggested by the coach, and on other days, let him recover, let him relax, let him take an active rest. Active rest is just moving around, loosening up, doing stretching, flexibility exercises. So that way he'll be able to, also recover and be ready for the next workout. Focus on his nutrition. Yes, ideal diet which is good for his football. Yes, there will be an ideal nutritional plan which is ideal for his game, and for that you can get in touch with me directly, you can get in touch with Geet directly, or you can just send us an email and we will get in touch with you so that we can customize his diet plan. The reason why I'm asking you to get in touch with us is because a generic diet plan will not work for anybody. Yeah. We need to have a customized program for everybody because every body is different. Everybody is different. Every body is different. So when every body is different, the nutritional, the way in which you focus on that nutrition is also different. Yes. However, for a sportsman, for a young sportsman, he's young, he's 13 years old, so his body is growing. He will require a lot of proteins. Since he's playing also, he's exercising regularly, he will also require a good amount of carbohydrates and fibers. But a combination of proteins and carbohydrates is very important. Good enough amount of proteins and a good amount of carbohydrates. Not low carbohydrates, but a good amount of carbohydrates, because he's playing a sport which requires a lot of endurance. Football is an endurance sport. He needs to run a lot. So he requires a lot of fuel, and that fuel will be provided through complex carbohydrates. Yes, so carbohydrates will be needed. Give him a lot of sprouts, give him a lot of nuts to keep his energy levels going, because young children they have a lot of energy and they need a lot of fuel to fuel that energy, to supply energy to their body. And the muscles are growing, the body is growing. So give him a good amount of carbohydrates and proteins as well. Yes. Next question. Thank you, Rajiv, for this wonderful question. And Bhakti is asking, my father is 68 years old and he has a bad knee pain. Any exercise for his knee pain? Now, if he has a knee pain, he's 68 years old and he's got a bad knee pain. I get that. One is, has he been advised by the orthopedic surgeon or the doctor who is treating him? And is there any diagnosis? Has he been diagnosed with any kind of knee problem? If yes, then that needs to be looked into. If there are any restrictions to his knee movements. If there are no restrictions and if it is just pain, one is he needs to do, you need to help him with some hot fomentation, or hot and cold is a great idea. Applying ice, applying hot pack, applying ice, applying hot pack, alternating between that. That will help. Other than that, he can do, as I said, leg extensions are very good exercises. Sitting on a chair or sitting on a sofa and just extending and flexing your knee slowly, doing it very slowly, doing it in the range that he's comfortable with. So at no point should a person who's already having a pain be doing exercises which aggravate the pain. So any exercise should be done in a pain-free range. Yeah, understand that? Pain-free range. Pain-free range means you do it only till you are comfortable in that movement. If there is a pain, stop it at any point of time. And there are a lot of other exercises for people who are having a bad knee. So strengthening the muscles around the knee joint. So see, you need to understand how is a knee joint. So knee joint is basically, it's actually a hinge joint. You know, our joints are basically divided into different forms depending on the way they move. So you have a ball and socket joint, which is this, which is the hip joint, which is the shoulder joint. You have hinge joints. Hinge joints are just because they just move like a hinge. They can't move in any other angle. So the knee joint, the elbow joint are hinge joints. So knee is a hinge joint, and there are, muscles which are supporting that knee joint. The muscles which are on top of your knee, the quadriceps, the muscles which are behind the knee, which is the hamstrings. So these two muscles are very, very critical. So working on strengthening these muscles will help him strengthen the area around the knee. And if the pain is not arising out of the bone, if there is no problem with the bone, then in that case, the pain will start going away. If it is due to weakness, which does happen generally, when people have not been exercising at all, when we have not been focusing on strengthening, as I told you in the beginning of the session, the body works on a use it or a lose it formula. Use it or lose it. Yeah. So physical activity, physical movement, make him move it. And again, for more specific exercises, you can get in touch with me. We can have a video call with him so I can exactly see what is the limitation of the joint, or you can also share the report with me. I'll get to know what is the exact issue. All right. Thank you. Oh, awesome. So Geet has answered Prem's question about how you can keep the energy level high. And this is not only for Prem, but also for people who are at home and who are feeling a sense of dehydration. Because while we are at home, either we are putting the air conditioner on or we are sitting inside our houses. We don't realize that we are dehydrated. And you start feeling fatigue, you start feeling low, you start feeling psychologically a little bugged. You start losing your temper. Those are, by the way, also signs of dehydration. When you start losing your temper while you're sitting at home, when you're feeling irritated, just for no reason, you could be dehydrated. Yeah? So, Geet has given a very good suggestion here, Prem. You can keep lemon water, buttermilk handy when you sit at work, so that you're sipping it and you're not dehydrated. Plus, you can avoid the gap between your meals. Awesome. Thank you, Geet, for supporting here. So, yes, great. And others can also follow this advice. Super. And Prem, thank you for sharing. So when you share, I can see that you're a sharer. So Prem is a sharer. And Prem has shared this information. Thanks, Vijay, for all the details. Awesome. You're welcome, Bhakti. And thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, everybody. And yes, as I had promised about vocal for local exercises and vocal for local nutrition. So when I say vocal for local for nutrition, go for home cooked meals, guys. Our Indian food has got all the nutrients. You take dal, you take chawal, you take sabzi, you take roti. If you see a proper Indian thali, an Indian thali is a combination of all the nutrients that you require. It's got moderate amount of fats, it's got good amount of proteins, it's got good amount of carbohydrates to keep your energy going, and it has got a good amount of fiber. So have home cooked meals. And I'm sure in the last 1 month, in the last 54 days, 55 days, you must have seen the difference in your body when you've started having home cooked meals. Most of us have lost weight, the excess weight. Yeah, and that is all due to the home cooked meals. See what difference the nutrition makes. See what difference the nutrition makes in your energy levels. Yeah, so opt for home cooked meals, opt for your dal, chawal, sabzi, roti. Mango season is on. Have mangoes. It's absolutely fine. Okay, as long as you're having it in limitations. You don't need to have 5 mangoes a day. You can have half mango or you can have 1 mango. It's fine. Have that amras. It's absolutely fine. You don't need to deprive your body of anything. The moment you deprive your body, the body will start rebelling. And we don't want to rebel. We don't want that body to rebel. It's our body. Let's nurture it. Let's give it what it wants. And the body will know where to stop. It's the mind that pushes you. Your body will give you signals when you are full. So one more trick. I'm going to give you one more trick about food. And one trick about food is when you're eating your food, stop when you are 80% full. When you feel that you're 80% full, stop eating. Don't wait till you're like, oh, I'm full completely. I can't eat anymore. No, you have already overeaten then. So stop when you're 80% full. Yeah? Try out these tricks. And with regards to the exercises, vocal for local, I'm going to share 2 exercise videos, 2 completely local exercises. 2 completely local exercises. I'm going to share those 2 videos on my YouTube, on my Facebook page, also on the YouTube channel Vishwajit Matkar. Facebook page is Life Coach Vishwajit Matkar. So stay tuned, and I will be sharing this 2 videos, 2 local exercises. They are completely Indian exercises. I'm going to share them with you today. Okay? By the end of the day, you will get those 2 videos. Check out my page, stay tuned to my page, Life Coach Vishwajit Matkar, and you will know what are those exercises. Secondly, let's end this session with a huge, big gratitude to all those people who are out there for the last almost 2 months, out there tirelessly working, all those healthcare workers, everybody, not only healthcare workers, even those people driving the BST buses. You can see those BST buses flying on the road right from day 1 of the lockdown. Yeah, all those people who are in service, thank you so much. And all those people who are at home and who are providing service by in some kind, by sharing their knowledge, by sharing whatever they have, so that the people who are at home are getting benefit out of that. So thank you. We all are warriors. Yeah? And we all are doing great. Taking one day at a time. And that's exactly what we need, right? Taking one day at a time. So let's support each other. Let's care for each other. Let's reach out to each other. Call up your friends. Check out on them. And be happy. Stay recharged. Alright? Thank you. And now, before I end this video, after this video ends, please go to my Facebook page, Life Coach Vishwajit Matkar. Share this video. Press the share button. Share it on your feed. Share it with as many people as you can. And yes, I have something for you all. I will be coming up with a webinar on a complete structure on how to follow these 3 secrets. We have spoken about the 3 secrets, right? Nutrition, exercise, and rest. There will be a webinar which I'm coming up with in the next week about these 3 secrets on fitness and how to achieve optimum fitness with these 3 secrets. It's a free webinar. Stay tuned. I will let you know the details of this webinar, and let your friends know as well. I hope this session is of value to you. If yes, don't forget to share it. Press the share button. Share it with as many people as you can. Let it go out. All right. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the support. Thank you for such important questions, because these questions are not your questions. These questions are the questions of most of the people in the world. Yeah, we all are experiencing something similar in some way or the other. So thank you for asking these questions and being of service to people. Thank you. Have a great day and have a great weekend. Tomorrow is a Sunday. Have fun. Yeah, remember, tomorrow is a Sunday. Today is a Saturday. So tomorrow is a Sunday. Have fun. Celebrate that Sunday like a Sunday. Just relax. Just enjoy with family. Take care. See you.